Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Today I am taking you to Lost and Found Crafts in Olympia, Washington, and that's my friend Katie. Lost and Found is a place you donate your used art supplies and craft supplies to. This is the paper crafting section. It's right inside the front door. There were some other shoppers in there, so I was trying to be careful about filming. But you can see the variety of products. Some bagged up small paper, a 6x6 pad for baby boy. I can't remember what was in that container. Some sprays, woodblock stamps. I go through and I sit and I dig through everything and have a great time. This is a fairly small store compared to a lot of the ones I've taken you to, but it doesn't have the junky manufacturing reject items. This is all donated and curated by the owner, Michelle. Washi tape, some pink Nuvo drops. I didn't look at that blue stuff on the back. What was I thinking? Just all sorts of things. Look at all those rollers, Mary. I didn't see any double. I know you mentioned something about double a while ago. In this store, Michelle brings in Tim Holtz new stuff, and on the fabric side, she brings in some new stuff too. Now we've switched over to the fabric side, and I just want you to see she has all these sewing patterns. So if you're a crafter and you go to this store, be sure you check all the sections, especially if you're a junk journal or a paper crafter, because there's cross-stitching stuff down there, there's lace, there's ribbons and all sorts of things. Michelle isn't a paper crafter, so she doesn't realize what all supplies would be important to you. Look on the left right there. That's like an old dyed or sold that way as trim measuring tape. I probably should have looked at that and bought it. Didn't notice it. What is this blue stuff? I am not good at filming and shopping. So when I watch the videos, I always find stuff. Really neat stuff. Look at these. They're slow stitch kits that they've put together. They do some classes there, and I'll show you they have an area for tables. But aren't these the cutest thing? Slow stitch kit for $8. If you have somebody who maybe was recovering from a surgery and has to sit around, all you need is a needle and everything's in there, and it would keep them occupied. Slow stitching is I think it's trendy right now. I don't know. I'm not that trendy, really. And then it has their little sticker on it, Lost and Found Crafts. Super cute. I just like to see fun ideas and gift ideas. And you can bring people who aren't really paper crafters and go to stores like this and just have a great time. All sorts of cross-stitch and patterns and stuff. There's also a fabric or quilt store across the street that Michelle told us about. We didn't make it to that one, but you might want to ask her if you go, look at that. It's where we park it, Noni. And I'm not going to show you, obviously, everything in there. I just want you to see the variety. Thread for 50 cents. She does a lot of flat pricing. So the punches and woodblock stamps and thread, the good stuff is a great value. Maybe some of the other stuff, not so much. There's the classroom tables, so they can do classes in there. I had been to the store before, but the store has moved to a better location. This, as you saw, is a first floor location. I believe it's fully accessible now. The other one was upstairs, and it was not for everyone. Look, little fat quarters, all kinds of good stuff. And then this box of rickrack and bias tape, 50 cents for used, $1 for new. That's great. I should have bought that gold one right in front. See, you guys distract me. I'm pretty sure I have silver, but I don't think I have a nice gold rickrack like that. Those are really fun for Christmas stuff. And it's hard to hold the camera, the phone, and film, so I probably should have pulled that out and gone through it one by one. I love those. I love them for journal pages, card fronts, putting on tags. They're wonderful and so inexpensive. 50 cents or $1 compared to what you would pay in a scrapbooking product thing. No way. A lot of this is brand new fabric, right? You can see that She probably pulls in trendy lines, all sorts of tools and gadgets, books. This is a little room of yarn. It has some good stuff in it for me too, but I was so strong, you guys. I was so strong. I'll show you something in a minute though that I literally didn't buy because I thought I had it and then I realized I didn't. The variety will always rotate because it's based on donations. The other thing that Michelle does, you want to follow her on Instagram if you're anywhere in the area, Lost and Found Crafts. She does big sales every once in a while, like all the scrapbook paper is a penny, or she'll pull a bunch of stuff out of her storage unit and have an amazing paper crafting bagged up sale because she can't fit it all in the store sometimes. Look at these fiber bundles, yards of it for $3. That is a great deal for a card maker or somebody else who just wants small bits. Look at all this yarn. Okay, in full disclosure, I don't knit, I don't crochet. I mean, maybe a little bit 100 years ago. So I don't know yarn quality or prices or any of that. I'm no help to you. All I can do is show you the video and tell you where this place is. And I don't know Olympia very well, so you just have to map to it. What I will say is it's not very far from the old store if you went to the old one. And here's the yarn prices on the wall. Wool for $3, acrylic for $2, something else for $1. And I know yarn is just like anything else, right? There's good quality and there's not so good. And she's going to have all ends of the spectrum because it's just whatever gets donated and what piles up in there. And she does beautiful displays. So that's why, if she gets giant donations, she just can't fit them all in at once. Sachet yarn, I don't know what that means, but great trim for us. Tying on tags, gluing on card fronts, cotton yarn for $1, ribbon yarn for $1. If you haven't discovered this stuff, it is pretty amazing if you get it in the color palette you want, because it's just a great value and it's usually variegated so you can do different things with it. I mean, for $1, are you kidding me? Now, this one, I didn't know what it was called. It's called ladder yarn. Look at that. I don't actually have the blue one. I thought I had the blue one. Still, I don't need the blue one. I have 2 others, I think, or maybe I donated. I've been really, really trying. Sometimes what I do when I go to her store is I take a bag, and then as long as I don't buy more than that amount, I know I'm okay. It's like a craft room exchange. But I didn't prep any donations because I kind of got ready for Expo and went at the last minute. It never occurred to me to take my go away box or anything out of it. It was not smart. Whatever, it happens. Happens to the best of us. Fabric prices, they're grouped in color bands, 2, 3, and something else. And then this room, I think this is like Andrea's room. There were a lot of beads and pastes and, 3D kind of stuff for the mixed media lovers, clay pots, all kinds of stuff. So in all these cupboards and drawers and baskets, they're all full of goodies. Up front in the paper crafting section, there are baskets of stamps that are separated by sentiment, animals, holidays, whatever. I just sit down and go through pretty much all of them because, people don't always put things away, right? And what if it's a sentiment but it has a star? I wanted a basic cat. It seems weird to me, but I don't have a cute cat that I would color in necessarily. I just didn't have one. This guy's a little fat, but he's cute. The other ones I have are more realistic and they're like tabbies with a whole bunch of shading, and I've tried them and they just do not bring me joy. So I was hoping to bring something in and maybe rotate something out. Then You Are a Star. How do I not have this stamp? I mean, I don't think I do. I've looked around. I have one that says joy in the middle, but I don't think I have this stamp. Happy Holidays. It's an old PSX from I think it says 87. I would like it to not have the holly, but I love the stars and that it's a neutral sentiment, so I wanted that. So I went through the baskets for all the stamps and I came up with 3. I don't think I've put anything away yet, but I might have. Sometimes I get off track. Then I looked, there are pegs hanging on the wall, and I went through, it was like this. I went through all of those and I was looking for basketball stuff. So I've got some basketballs and some whistles here. That's exactly what I was looking for. And it was 75 cents. So Overall, not a bad value for how much of it I'm going to use. 50 cents. There were a couple of bags of these. Some of them weren't marked, and then I found this one and went, oh, 50 cents. I didn't buy them so much for this, but if you flip them, that's more my color palette right there. And somebody did it with that whale tail punch or a machine that I like. And so I bought them for the shape. Is that ridiculous? I just, you know, the funny thing is Noni makes me pull tabs and stuff, and then I misplace them and don't use them, or she'll make them any size for me because she makes them on her silhouette or her scan and cut. But I just don't always think of it. And then I see things and I think, yep, I want that. So it was my 50-cent splurge, right? I didn't like open the package and look through. I was hoping for a little bit more blue. So, but I got some green in there. Okay, so those. Then I bought these kitty charms. Now, I bought them for two reasons. A, I like the kitties. But I also bought them because I don't think of taking my charms and putting them on the page with a brad. Is it ridiculous? I have all of these charms, and I always think about charms as a hanging, dangling item, but there's no rule that you can't put them on the page. And in fact, my friend very, very far away, she's changed her channel name so many times, who taught me to staple them onto the page. And I like that too. I use my tiny attacher, but brads. And it works better for me if you think ahead and put them on your embellishments with the brads, and then you can glue them onto your page anytime, and it doesn't matter what's on the other side. But that's why I bought those, to remind me. I might even just not put them away with my pet stuff and leave them on the counter like a, hey dummy, use your brads and use your charms. Okay. Did I need this after my week-long spree last month? Probably not. I couldn't even remember, honestly, what I had in there. Let's see. Let's see if I have something the same. I have this one. Hey, wait. No, I don't think that's the same as the one that was on camera. I think it was more blue, less teal. Okay. I think I needed this. I mean, I'm not saying my inventory is perfectly organized. And that ladder ribbon, I remember I used to have a different color, then the blue one came into my life and I donated the other. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy that. I have plenty. Okay, I gotta make something with this, right? I had to have it. Katie was laughing because I bought so much blue lace last month too. I know there's more somewhere, but this is darker. I think last month I picked up a pale blue, and you know I would always go medium to dark. So those were my treasures. I really didn't spend much or find much. I thought there was more stuff in there that was good. You know, I just don't need it. I went through the embossing folders a little. I looked at seed beads and all kinds of stuff. But, I mean, I have some. I probably have some sitting right here on the shelf. Yeah, here. Here. Have I used these? Have you seen me use these in a video? The answer is no. So I really tried to look and ask myself, wait a minute, do I probably already have this? I did not look at the fabric at all, except those fat quarters almost pulled me in because I thought it was a red, white, and blue. And then I was like, no, you got to go check your stash. Remember to check your stash before you shop every time. Really be going through whether yours is a shoebox or a cupboard or a closet or under your bed, because you forget what's in there. And I don't think it's just an age thing. I think you pick something up on clearance off season, you're super excited about it, then you don't think and you buy more. That was our fun day. We were exhausted, but then we also went to Shiplap Quilt Store in Tenino, Washington. We did Expo, then we went to Lost and Found Crafts because it's pretty far from our house. So if we're up there, we want to try and do it. And then Katie had on her list Shiplap Quilt Store. I don't know. I'll put the link in the description, in Tenino, Washington, which is not a place I had ever been or would have gone. We talked about it when we were at Missouri Star. But we thought, oh, we'll go in a couple months, you know, we'll down the road, we'll use some of our stuff up, and then we'll plan a little shop hop of our own and go do it. But then since I was going to Expo, she was like, yeah, I'm in. So at this place, I got a needle minder, which, as I understand it, is magnetic. Oh, this is not how I thought this was going to be, you guys. I don't know if this works. I thought it was like a magnet and a magnet and a magnet. I think the pin's a little heavy for it. Maybe the pin head or something. Or maybe I'm just not doing it right. Somebody had the great idea that I should put a pin cushion on the wall. And I thought about the pin cushion, but when I had a thicker textile, I kept getting it in my glue and stuff. So I was worried if I pulled out my pin and it was kind of gunky and I put it in a pin cushion, then I'd end up with these threads. And they were driving me kind of nuts when I was trying to craft. So then in my mind, this was going to be a magnet and this was going to hang here on the front, which it might do. And I have a thing on the wall right here. I think what's going to happen is my pin's going to fall behind the counter. Yeah. Oh, fortunately it hit the counter. So my logic was I could put it on the magnet on the wall and then pretty much use the pin cushion idea. I mean, we're making the assumption that I will put it on there. I think it might work, but I'm going to put it like this because that pin head's kind of heavy. We'll see. My guess is I'm going to put my pin up there, never remember where it is, and you guys are going to have to tell me at some point. I got the little minder. I also think it's kind of cute. Like, you know, I don't like pink. I really like wood. I like quilts. So I thought it would be fun in my room. I don't really know what the actual fabric people do with it. Then the other thing I got was goat milk soap. It smells wonderful. It says fresh mango. It doesn't smell anything like mango, and in fact, some of them smelled terrible. I thought I would put this in my shower and it would make me happy in the morning. That was my logic. I think I spent more at the store than Katie did on that one. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing and taking good care of yourself. And if you go on an outing, keep in mind your budget, your storage space, and how much time it's going to take you to put that stuff away when you get home. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.